Welcome everyone, you join us for the Tier 1 finale at Bahrain. Here for the finale, race 16 of the season. I'm joined by Tier 3 driver, GSR Raptor. How's it going?
Hi.
That's good. Good deed of the game just spun right there. But, yeah, how you doing?
Good, yeah. Tier 3 race didn't go as planned, retiring after the first corner, but you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, that's the way it goes. Sometimes you wreck, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you get unlucky.
North is just going for a spin.
So I'm gonna go for the season facts right now. Raptor, tell me what you think when you're done. When I'm done actually, because I'm gonna kind of talk to you about this before we kind of switch screens again. So season facts. This season we've had 11 different winners. Something you might want to put in the fun facts, GSR Bianchi. But 11 different winners. The most we've had in GSR in a single season. Had 10 in season 1, 10 in Tier 3 season 3. So yep. 8 consecutive winners at one point. That was after Houndoom took his first win back at Austria, I want to say, around there. 8 different winners throughout that point of the season. We started off the season with 6-7 different winners consecutively, so that's pretty cool. There are still a fight in the championship, so you know, tune into this because the constructors fight is still on. It's if I'm correct, Raptor, it's Ferrari, Mercedes, if I'm correct. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I think it's Haas, Alpha, and Mercedes.
Check for me.
Let me check.
Check.
Yeah.
Haas, Alpha, Mercedes. Right?
I'm just going to now. No, it's Haas, Ferrari, Mercedes. You're right.
Yeah, I know I was right. I'm always right. No, I'm just kidding. But regardless, McLaren for the first season is not Tier 1 champions. For the first season in Tier 1, they're not Tier 1 champions. So, it's something interesting to talk about. We also have 25 different drivers on podium this season. That's a fun stat to talk about. In this season of GSR, in 15 races so far, we've had 25 different drivers on podium. That is insane. I don't care what anyone says, but for a Tier 1, 25 different drivers on podium. That's just insane. That is purely great. I mean, you might as well think about history right there and just make that go down in history right there, because that's insane. I don't know what else to say. That's great. Regardless, Bahrain has never been the finale of the league until now. Now has been the time it's been the finale. So tell me what you think of some of the things, Raptor, what you think of some of the things I just said.
The way that there's 25 podium sitters, it's crazy. Like thinking that you can only have a max of 20 people on a grid. So like at least five of them are going to be reserves, and I'm sure there's much more than 5. It's crazy to think that how many people can get it in. Like how much was it? Like 14 was it?
Yeah, this is the 16th race.
Yeah. Maybe we could see a new one. Today.
Most we can see is 28 different guys, which is insane. That's the chance we have today. Yeah, if you guys are yet to follow the channel, of course, go ahead, do so. I mean, you want to tune in for somewhat of a fight for the championship. There's the constructors fight, so that's the fight that there is today. The constructors fight is still something we're wanting to see. But yeah, those stats are insane. I think, GSR Bianchi, I know he's watching. I know how much he loves his fun fact as well. And his statistics, he probably wants to put that on there. Mr. Boker goes up to 3rd on the mediums. Ooh. Rhino completes the checker flag. A ricochet. The Ferrari comes to the line. I'm going to switch screens right now just so it's back here. The Toro parked it. What was that? It was just a retired car. Either way, the Mercedes comes to the line. I believe that is V2 Combat who goes ahead of Boker. The 1-lap pace for V2 is really shown right now. And Minimac, podium last race for him.
Crash.
Yeah, top 3 in constructors are separated by 6 points. That's crazy to think about. Such goes up to 5th on the softs. So, wow. And Minimac, also, I want to mention, he is the first Irish driver on podium since Polo God earlier this season. was originally Callum McKeon. Someone messed up that stat, you know. I mean, come on. But seriously, a striker on an outlap coming to the checker flag, though, not going to be able to complete that lap. There is coming to the line. GSR flip flop. That's Felipe. Not enough to improve.
He's backed off.
Yeah. Jack is coming to the line. Not enough for him to improve at all. The racing point behind that is Atlantis. Podium earlier this season. He's going to go up to 8th. So Atlantis has had previously 3, 4, 5 podiums in GSR around that area. I know on the podcast, GSR Bianchi is, that is someone else who's just gone up there too. I think someone just gone up to the line. It was the end of the game, I think. But no, on the podcast they were talking about how in GSR Atlantis might have not had a podium before. Before USA and it was Spain versus 2 podiums this season. He's had podiums before. Germany, he races last season as well. He could have had one at Abu Dhabi, but he's been a guy who's been a podium before, so he stays out of the trouble. He learns how to do that, and he learns from everyone else. Hey, you're having trouble? No, I'm just going to go to the back. I'm just going to sit around and wait for the trouble to happen just so I can get lucky. That's just the way it goes. As a strategy mainly is mediums to hards. Some people are trying to do softs to hards, it looks like. In the Tier 2 race, there was guys spinning up the hill who were on worn softs. If you're on worn softs, you don't want to spin up the hill. So, Kumaran on pole. Felipe sitting second. Second row is V2 and Boker, first guys on mediums. Then it's Such, Jack, Minimac, Atlantis, Surratt, Rumbly Fungus running out the top 10. Big names outside the top 10 such as Axe, Ricochet, and Bama. Bama not being able to race as well. So, just only able to do qualifying. So our champion is decided. So, that being said, Haas don't have a chance for the... It's Mercedes, Haas, Ferrari. Didn't think it was like this. I did not even know there was a constructors fight as well. I just knew as soon as I was talking to you, Raptor, I was like, hey, let me look at standings, and I was like, oh wow, 3 teams within 6 points? Oh my god. I did not think that at all. I did not think that would happen at all. I was shocked. I was purely shocked that that's the way it gone for the constructors. Wow, yeah, I'm kind of surprised that's the way it's going for the constructors. You know, 6 different points between those guys. 3 different teams. That's insane. Oh my god. Well, we've not had a constructors fight to the final race, I'm pretty sure, before in GSR in Tier 1. Now we get one. I'm happy about that. We have something to look at besides the Drivers' Championship, so I'm happy about that as well. Not just the Drivers' Championship. You know, that Constructors' Championship needs kind of some more looking at, of course. Kind of, you know, more looked into about, hey, you know, this needs more involvement in talking about. You know, this is what it needs. So, yeah, Raptor, I'm going to go through my favorites. My 3 favorites in this race. We'll go through your 3. Your 3 will be different, guys. So, I'm going to go with, you know what? I'm going to go with, Mr. Boker. How can you not deny him? Came back to 6th after the troubles he had in Brazil, being 2 laps down. That's insane. But it's Boker. I mean, you don't know what to expect. You don't know you can expect him winning a race by 20 seconds. You can expect him being in front by 10. That's the way it could be. But Mr. Boker, he's proved his consistency, and his luck is way better than V2's. V2 has been very unlucky, and V2's consistency has not been there, but V2's 1-lap pace has been so much better. This race, if I remember back to URA, V2 won a race here. It was rather V2 or Blaze, but I'm pretty sure V2 won here. So, look for him. Boker, though, one of my favorites, though. He won here ARL. Definitely one to be looking out for. I gotta go with him. V2, my other one, of course, won here in URA. I'm pretty sure I can pull that up right now. But I have to. So he won here in URA before in the past. That was almost a year ago at this track when F1 2019 first came out. So don't have as much confidence, don't have as much, but just say V2's good here, and V2 might have the confidence to win the race. I also want to go with I'm gonna go with actually Surratt. He's been on podium, I think, once. Monaco. He's had the pace, the 2 Brazilians running in the McLaren team. Really cool to see, but Surratt, you know, he's had good pace, he's had good runs. Is it enough to do the deal and get a podium again? I know. Raptor, try to go quickly. I know I kind of wasted your time. 2 favorites, though. 2 favorites.
Well, down in P6 there's Jack. We all know he's very fast with his race pace, as we've seen in ARL and from like Britain last week. He was up there, and then also GSR Flip Flop.
Yes, Felipe,
Great
yes.
name.
Yes.
He is starting on soft, but he could hope for an early safety car and go onto the mediums or hards, maybe to the end.
Yeah, you'll just have to find out what goes on in this finale. Okay, 5 red lights for the final time this season in GSR. One last time, we're about to rev it up. We are gonna go in Bahrain. Lights are out. Away we go. Side by side between second place. V2 gets a better start. He's already to the lead. V2 to the lead. Boker side by side. Down the inside as well. Boker goes through to the lead. V2 dropped down the order as well. They're crashing. The Williams is around. The McLaren wrecked him. And the pole sitter dropped down the order as well. He's around. So is Striker. Such as well. But Boker has the lead over Jack. 4 tenths. And already, look at the difference between the position by them. 4 positions for Minimac. 4 positions for Jack. 3 for Boker. Already. Ricochet and JRT Norris trade positions. Silent down the inside of Axe for P9. Positions trading there. Ricochet by JRT Norris again. Trading position down to turn 10. JRT Norris misses the corner and goes wide mid-squid.
Good from McCaffrey, hits him.
V2 now dropped down the corner after going to the lead. Had something happen. Now there's a VSC.
That he just raged. He's just turned on the straight into the barriers.
There you go.
I'm sure that'll be a penalty for the start of next season.
Might be, or at least a mini season. At least I wouldn't assume next season, but I would assume just a warning or something like that. I wouldn't expect a big penalty. I mean, I know last season there was only like 1 penalty heading into next season. One myself, of course, so that was great. But yeah, no, you don't know. I mean, I don't think there will be just many penalties. But Surratt dropped down the order because he's pitting. So now for P3, Mini, Mac, and Flip Flop. I don't know if I want to call him Felipe or Flip Flop. I don't know about you, but for the race lead, Boker and Jack actually trading positions. Striker gets a penalty. Now Boker and Jack down the inside. Boker keeps the position, but runs a bit wide. Jack back down the inside into the S's. Not enough. Fastest sector 1 for Jack. Rid of that VSC a little bit, so that's what he needs. Lee Fungus gets by Davis, who drops down the order, trying to get out of the way. And pitting is Surratt, Striker, and Such. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna call Flip Flop Felipe. I don't want to call him Flip Flop. That's gonna sound weird. You know, that's gonna be weird. But either way, Felipe is close to Mini Mac. The difference in tires, softs and mediums. Axe is starting on the hards. He's maybe doing hards to softs or hards to mediums. It's all gonna be a big game of what he wants to do. It could be a difference of the safety cars. It could be a difference of really the race strategy. We've seen late race safety cars this season, such as Italy. I mean, Italy brings great racing as well. So we could see something like that happen. A lot can happen. So 9 tenths separate Jack and Boker for this race lead. 8 tenths now. The difference between them, ERS? Yeah, Boker has less of that. Fastest lap for Boker. Now into turn 1. Flip flop. I keep doing it. Here in Felipe on Minimac and making contact with him into turn 1, side by side. V2 almost hits the back of Felipe, and still does actually as he clips the curb. Atlantis is there. Now, Minimac by Felipe again for position. Ricochet by Axe as well, or P9. Minimac and Felipe stay close into turn 4. The gap between them, 2 tenths. 4 tenths between V2 and Felipe, but V2 dropped down the order after being in the lead originally, having a great start as well as Boker, who had a great start too. So a lot changed right there. Heading into turn 10. Heavy braking here. Everyone's got to be careful of braking. Not just the guys near each other. You know, not just the guys in general. You can mess up your braking so easily. Near another car, not even near another car. Don't matter. Jack, 1.3 seconds between him and Mr. Boker. So, the championship rivals with the constructor standings. Where does everyone run right now? Let's look at this. So, tier 1 point standings. Let me go to that, as V2 and Felipe close between them. Mercedes, Ferrari, Haas, all within 6 points. Mercedes with Jack and V2 really up front right now. The Ferraris, Rumbly, Fungus, and Axe, not so much. But Haas, with just Squid Jr., have to do a lot. I think Squid Jr. and Haas are out of contention. They're sitting third. So, thing is, maybe if Raves and Haas, Bama's teammate, had some better races, maybe they would be better in position. But now, here goes Felipe down the inside there, into the grass almost. On Mini-Mac, making contact though, pushing him off the racetrack. Side by side through turn 2. V2's there as well. V2 gaining in the slipstream. Into turn 4, not enough. I think that front straight is actually double DRS, if I'm correct. That front straight in turn 4. The front straight DRS to the turn at a turn 3. I'm pretty sure that's double DRS.
There's only one what do you call it? So the activation or whatever.
Yeah, there is also at a turn turn 4, turn 10 right here. Ricochet gets by D to the game. D to the game had a really good race back in Canada this season, so he can maybe steal a good position. I mean, look at how competitive the field was in Canada. I'm not saying it's not competitive now. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying, you know, considering D to the game was third in Canada, around that area, he was contending with Houndoom and Bama. You know, right now, Houndoom's not here as much. Houndoom's his last race was Austria a while ago, and you know, Bama doesn't get to do the finale. But regardless, with Bama, he was a front-running contender at that point of the season. He was always up front at that point. So, into the game, unless his pace has changed as well, I don't know. I mean, Bama said it himself, his pace has changed. We know how that has been. Mr. Boker, fastest lap for him, completing lap 4 on the race. But V2 is close to Felipe. No ERS though for V2, which is not going to help him in the situation. Ricochet into Silent though, into turn 1. Ricochet by Silent. Into the game is also challenging there. He's close. Axe and Rumbly Fungus trade positions. Davis by Squid. Little backmarker battle there. Little just outside the points with 10th and 11th. Axe and Rumbly Fungus. So, soft runners, here, Raptor. Kumarin, Felipe, those guys on softs. We saw someone spin at lap 5, lap 8 as well in the race yesterday in Tier 2. Do we see that from the soft runners? Because Raptor, they can easily waste their tires. It depends. Those tires wear out so quickly.
Well, yeah, of course. Because if you clip that curb even on fresh tires, you can easily spin. It's dangerous, as I'm sure most people from league racing have found out. You've probably at least spun once there in the league racing career.
At least once. Even when you started, it didn't matter. You know, you might be experienced with Grand Prix, time trial. You might be experienced with everything. You know, it's just like watching people go through the Belgian Rouge corner if they're gonna spin. You know, that's what I love about it. It's just, especially with the way that goes. B2 is by Felipe through the last corner and gets by for position, but Felipe is gonna have the ERS here, and he has the better ERS. Look at the gaining this, and to turn 1. Look at the gap. Felipe goes by V2. And hits as well as speeding for him. Rumbly Fungus by D to the game. Axe by D to the game as well now. Side by side. Oh. Squid by Davis as well. Kumarin, it might get passed by Surratt. No, not even close actually. I love the nighttime here. With the Tier 3 race was a day race. I love the nighttime races here. They're awesome. The track grip you have, you know, the lights. You know, you don't get Monaco, which is barely running leagues in the first place. You have Abu Dhabi, which is a great track, but better in the game than real life. Not much overtaking as much. Yeah, I mean,
Monaco isn't, right, is it?
Monaco. Just the thing is, like, well, Monaco is, but it's just like you have the option for nighttime in the game.
Yeah. It's nice.
Yeah, it is nice to see, especially for that track. And you also have, as well, you have,
Singapore.
oh god, Singapore. Wow. Wow. Oh, that took me a while to think. Singapore. Yeah, you have there as well, which some leagues run. Most leagues run as well. I mean, the street circuits, you know, it's really underrated. Singapore, what could happen? I mean, you can see a few leagues run that, leagues not run that. It's a great track. Most leagues do run it anyway, so it's a great track to race. Now V2 getting on Felipe in the shift machine. What he needs, considering his ERS is so low. Now into turn 1, he makes the move to the inside. Side by side. This is what Mercedes need for the Constructors' Championship. He goes through. Felipe will have DRS as well. And now Felipe down the inside. And to turn 4, he goes ahead. V2 might try the switch back here. He's going to get next to him in the S's. Oh, making contact. Wow. That was close.
Oh.
Squid and Davis for P12. Squid gets by Davis. A little battle.
It looks like Mercedes have the championship won, but
Right now.
we don't know. There's still plenty of the race left.
Back to back 7.3 second as well. V2's gaining now into turn 11. Here he goes. Down the inside and goes through. Felipe can't challenge that with the worn tires he has. V2 barely flipped that curve. It almost looked like he was going to be race ending for him. I thought he was going to clip it. It looked so close. Oh man, 1.9 between the race lead between Boker and Jack. The difference between them, well, really, kind of just turn 1 and turn 2 in the racetrack, really. Axe, 5 seconds for exceeding the track limits. I know where that's at. That's the last corner. Felipe gaining on V2. Into turn 1. Not enough. Rumbly Fungus by Silent, though. Axe is gaining on Silent. Felipe's chance now. V2 low ERS there at the start of the race. Now what he needs, he's going to hope for a safety car to save the ERS, because if he just saves the ERS, he's going to get passed by the rest of the field. Axe and Silent side by side. Axe very low down the order. I think he's trying off traction, but a little bit of contact with Silent there. Yeah, I did talk to Axe. He might try off traction. He really has nothing to lose. So definitely something he needs to do if he wants to get better. Now, Silent losing it off the curb there. Almost so close to spinning around. Yeah, no, there's a lot of curbs in this racetrack that you could easily spin off of Raptor. Turn 10 into that area, the heavy braking zone in Sector 2. Up the hill in Sector 2, Sector 3 split. And also, I would say the S's curb, right there. Tell me about which one I would say you would say is the trickiest for you, and just in general.
Well, it seems like most people spin going up the hill just before Sector 3. Like, it's, as we see in most league races, that's the place where most people spun without, like, contact.
Yeah.
But if in qualifying in GSR Tier 3, I clipped the curb going just before the S section and spun. Like that, if you clip the curb enough there, you could see you spinning. Also, the exit of the S's, if you run right, you could spin.
Yeah, Felipe Pitts. I was going to say, yeah, for me, in my own opinion, I think the S's are the trickiest part. I wouldn't say uphill. Uphill if you're on the softs, if they wear out, of course, or just any tire, but Silent picks up a penalty. So yeah, for me, I think it's the S's, because like so many people on the right side curb get so sideways or run out wide and they spin it. The left side curb, you can just clip it just a little bit. You're done. Something easy can happen like that. You got to not clip any curb. Better just save yourself. Squid and Davis also trading positions again into turn 4. Yeah, I'm sorry for cutting you off. Yeah, that's something I'm used to doing. Cutting people off. I don't mean to do that, but I do it on the racetrack as well a lot, so it's fine. But 2.5 seconds separates the race lead between Jack and Boker. ERS difference, pretty equal. Now, I'm trying to think to Season 1, William, the guy who had 4 in a row, didn't win this race, I would say. It was probably gonna. William Lassell, if it weren't for, I mean, I wouldn't say he would have won, but I was saying he would have been in contention. If it weren't for the crash in the first few laps up the hill, where it was the start of the hill, it was the turn 12 area, where he just got turned. Just got spun out up the hill by someone, hooked into the barrier that sticks out right there. Right where and just going by right around there. That barrier that sticks out, he spun out. He was going for 4 in a row. Something interesting as silent pits. No driver has won back-to-back races this season, if I'm correct. I don't think any driver has. Let me just check just in case. Yeah, nobody has won back-to-back races. The last time someone did, Blaze Exposure. He was in the league. Well, when he was racing and active, I should say. France, the first race, in Abu Dhabi, the last race of the season. Last season. Squid gets by Davis. A great battle, a great position trade between those two. Felipe close with this battle as well. He's going softs to hards. Interesting.
I think they'll make it.
Might go soft in the end if he wants to try 2-stop. He's going to bet on a safety car at this point. That's his only hope. He wants to go softs and do this the right way. As Striker pits as well. Serving a 5-second. Matt close to Atlantis as well. The two Racing Point teammates. Felipe did overtake Davis, but he's coming on Squid now for him in P10. Turn 11. Oh, Squid let off a ton. I think Felipe was pretty upset that he had to back off there. He didn't want to run into him.
Atlantis pits.
Go for P5, P4 that was around that area. Squid is damaging spreading Felipe as well. Ooh, he runs into him in the last turn. Felipe makes a bit of contact with Squid, just a little bit of wheel bang. Down the front straight, a lot of ERS for Felipe. Now, into turn 1 this time. Felipe side by side. Davis might split a 3 wide, not enough. He's too far back, but he is going to be ahead. But now he's side by side with Squid. Atlantis is there, just right ahead of him, who had also pitted from the mediums. A little bit early, but
he gets the overpit.
Yeah, what he needs. You can tell those softs were dying though for Felipe. They were really dying. They were not going to work.
Yeah.
Already some lap traffic for Boker. Lap 11. Lap traffic already. You have Striker there in 17th on the soft tires, about to lap. Striker, he's really had an underdog quiet season. He's been just similar to Trevi from Tier 1. A guy who always sits at the back and not fast and pace. But the thing is, he always avoids the trouble and finds some way to get a good result out of it. I don't know what it is, but Striker and Trevi might have some relation. Because the thing is, they ran the same cars now. Striker, first season here, as the front 2 pit. Striker ran the Torosso, and so did Trevi in season 1, who took a podium out of the stuff that happened in Singapore. So, they always stay out of trouble. They always find a way. Probably Fungus. Minimac also pit. Ricochet stays out. So does Axe in the hards. V2 stays out. So where Rumbly Fungus comes out, he comes out behind Felipe. Minimac comes out behind Atlantis and almost hits him. It's close. Squid by Davis again. Felipe trying on Minimac.
Davis lets the run through of K. Cameron. Oh, that's very close. He hits the back of Squid.
Felipe 7/10 separate him and Atlantis. So already pitted was Boker and Jack, who are far ahead of Atlantis on them. So the gap between V2 and Boker and Jack is 13-18 seconds. You know how much? I'm assuming Jack rather got held up in the pits or something happened. I'm just assuming something happened. Because the gap was 2-3 seconds. Now it's 4.6 right there. Yellow flag. That's a safety car. Silent is out.
Where's that?
An end of the season with the retirement. They're both Red Bulls out. Now this is giving V2 pits. So does Ricochet. This gives them a chance to maybe take the race lead. Look at how lucky they are. Oh, they are so lucky.
How's the there? Oh, just hit the outside curb and hit the barriers.
Look where Jack and Boker will be. Jack and Boker might be ahead of him, but... Oh man, this puts V2 on fresher tires. Does Jack even get ahead of them? V2's coming out. Jack does get ahead of him. I thought V2's definitely closer to where he, was, but still amazing. Grumman speeding in the pit lane. So Ricochet also in contention as well, up to P4. Interesting by him. He takes advantage. And the two Mercedes right now leading the Constructors' Championship. What they need to do to win this championship for them. So pitting from that safety car as well was Axe, who goes in the mediums. Might be able to make it. It's gonna take a lot, but he might make it here. Such a speeding. Well, what do you got to say about that so far, Raptor?
It's been a great race, especially from the battle for third place down to sixth places, close. And then there's plenty of battles with like Squid and Davis and people around them.
Yeah, back and forth between the midfield runners of Squid and Davis. Squid, a tier 2 driver, Davis, a tier 3 driver. Them two going back and forth. Davis really showing what he can do on the medium traction. It's really interesting to say, Yeah, so the field really going to be close back and bunched up. Yeah, Silent, where he DNF'd, I'm thinking out of turn 8. He clipped the curb or something. Maybe he got spun around. I don't know. That's a tough place to spin, but I definitely would assume that he clipped the curb there, or just gone wide or lost traction out of the corner and spun under the barrier. Something like that, I don't know. I mean, where he spun, it's an odd place to spin, but it's on no traction. I don't know if he was running that, but on no traction, it's so easy to spin out of that corner. That corner is one of the most trickiest on no traction. You cannot get it wrong. Just does not get it wrong. That's the problem, and he got it wrong, and that's what happened. I don't think he's on no traction though, but the thing is, that's such an easy place to spin out if you're on no traction. But definitely a hard place to spin out, regardless of that. If it's a hard place to spin out if it's just medium traction course and full traction. Still, I mean, that's a hard place to spin out. It's weird.
Yeah.
But hey, tune the racing at halfway. Will we see? I mean, we saw an ARL Raptor, a late race safety car. Boker was involved with that, Felipe, and so was Lucas. So I'm thinking, Boker sitting here in the lead. Is this even where he wants to be in restarts? He realized the problem in ARL. Don't go too early. I think that's what some people realize in the tier 3 race. Don't go too early, or else the game will make you slow down because of when the safety car is coming in. That stuff. So don't go too early in restarts. Don't make that mistake. If you make the mistake, you basically are going to be caught by the pack. And depending on how close Jack is, it all depends. If Boker goes too early, he could be caught. That's the problem.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. Safety car restarts as well. We've seen some chaos here, just general in GSR, and just in every league. I mean, even in the partner league, ARL, we've seen crazy stuff with safety car restarts at this track. And even just in general, I mean, you don't know what can happen. We could see 3 wide. We could see a crash into turn 1. We don't know what we could see. That's just a mix of things. Safety car, will it come in this lap? It will not. It stays out another lap. Striker yet to catch up as well. So 16 cars left running in this race. Well, Mercedes looking in a good position, Raptor. Jack and V2 right here. Ferrari 7th and 8th. They're going to have to do a lot.
Yeah. They'll need to hope that the Mercedes get involved in an accident with each other, not jinxing anything. But yeah, they'll just have to hope.
Well, yeah, I mean, Ricochet's yet to win a race, Alanis yet to win a race, Minimac as well, Rumble Fungus as well, all in that top 8, really. So, they can take advantage of anything. Jack has already won this season, back at Monaco. That's a crown jewel. If you win that race, you've done something good. It's hard to win that thing once. Ayrton Senna and Lewis Hamilton, they've won it like 3 times, so yeah, good job to them, of course. But Jack, if you know,
Yeah.
if he sits here and wins this race, I think that'll be something good for him and what he needs, and boost of confidence heading into, just Aero Italy tomorrow. That hey, I could be Boker, I could do this. If there's a safety car or something like that. Because I mean, even though GSR has the mini season stuff like that, you still have the partner league ARL going on. The season there. It's like you have so much. I mean, even you have other leagues going on, LDRL, Square League. Just many leagues going on that I know of. That DRL as well. There's many leagues still going on that are going to progress throughout this F1 2019 season, in F1 2019 game in general. So a lot goes on really in the league racing community. A lot of drivers here are in most leagues unnamed and stuff like that. So they have a chance to definitely maybe regain their confidence for F1 2020. Because myself included, I don't feel confident heading into F1 2020 at all. I don't right now. But what I showed in the public lobbies earlier today,
Oh, that's a
battling
5-second
Felipe,
time penalty for.
Atlantis. Contact with Ricochet. Yeah, safety car should be coming in this lap, but thing is, I regained my confidence with Felipe battling him. I battled him the whole time in public lobbies earlier this morning. I know it's public lobbies, but if I could do that in public lobby, I could probably do that in league race. I know they're not the exact same thing, but if I could do that then, I could do it there. So that's just the way it goes. Either way, Mr. Boker is going to back up this pack. When does he decide to go on this restart? He's going to back it up even more. Driver's trying not to collide. Atlantis got a 5-second. He's off the racetrack right now. A little bit of front wing from a Ferrari. That's not what they need. That's Axe, I think, a Rumbly Fungus. It was Axe. And Boker backing it up. Here he's going to go about now. It's just on the gas. Coming to the line.
Oh.
Leading the race. Jack and the Sunshine V2 so far behind. Green flags are waving. Axe might have some damage, but he's coming on Rumbly Fungus. Into turn 1. Side by side, but now for the race lead as well. Jack and Boker, we're close again. Axe and Rumbly Fungus, side by side. Felipe, by D to the game. Oh, sideways for Surratt, jumping down the order as well. But now, every driver within the top 6, all within a second of each other, really, with the next car in front of him. Felipe by Rumbly Fungus. Already been such a short ride. D to the game. Dropping into the order.
Yo.
Yeah, already been a long, well, not really a long race, just a short race with the way this has gone. This has gone so fast already. I mean, just the stuff that goes on in these races, it goes so fast. I don't expect it to continue that way. But now, Such down the inside and hits Surratt off. He has no choice but to go in the barrier. And retires.
And he's retired. That might cause a BSC.
I don't think so. Yeah. He leaves.
Unlucky for him. He definitely has the pace to have got a podium, but it's just being unlucky.
One of my favorites. That sucks. That really sucks.
Yeah.
Well,
look at the gap between P3 and P4 already.
Yeah. Even that. Felipe getting an axe to his damage, making contact with him actually. V2 in the hards takes the fastest lap. He had a purple sector 2 as well. So, Felipe down the inside of Axe into turn 1. Side by side, Axe is damaged. Felipe doesn't. Felipe goes by. Rumbly Fungus by Kumarin. Again, right there. Such and Squid near each other, splitting. Davis and Squid up. Compared to earlier data of the game, who ran down the order. Down to 15th. Already halfway through. Sixth, 10th lead for Mr. Boker already. Again, like you said, that gap between 3rd and 4th. That gap also between 5th and 6th is close. Well, not close, but farther distance. It's social distance. So that gap there as well between Atlantis and Ricochet. Again, social distance. So it's kind of that way.
Yeah.
Close, 6/10 between the race lead again. V2 kind of pulling him along as well. Jack staying with him. A lot of close battles on track, all of them really close. Felipe close to Mini Mac as well for P6. DRS is enabled, so it should be enabled by turn 4 at least. Now Jack gaining on Boker. The turn 1, braking for the braking zone. Going through turn 1 to turn 2, he does have DRS. Not enough to gain. Kumarin takes a time penalty. Felipe on Minimac trying into turn 4, side by side. Felipe pinching a little bit. But around goes the Racing Point. There he goes. Into the wall. Doesn't pick up any damage though. Close between the race lead. The gap is staying pretty even.
Boker's taking a line that's giving him a lot of traction out of it. Up the corner.
Striker ran wide as you saw right there. 4/10 between everyone really right there in that top 3. You know, I saw a question on the podcast by Bianchi and Axe. You know, V2 has great pace to contend with Boker. V2's 1 lap pace is probably better than Boker's, but as Axe picks up penalty, his consistency though with Boker is not better than Boker. His race pace is probably not better than Boker. V2 probably needs to improve on that. Heading to F1 2020, trying to not have any slipstream down the front straight, but can only move once or twice there. Now into turn 1, Jack gaining on him. Not enough for a move. Atlantis close to Ricochet as well. DRS range normally fungus by Axe as well. Or P7.
Ferraris don't want to battle. They won't want to battle too long because we have a championship battle.
Mercedes are doing what they need to. 2nd and 3rd. The drivers who have really tuned in at the end of the season. V2, maybe it's not been the best for him with the luck, but he has put together the races when he's came back from them. And Mercedes who kept the championship lead from that, as well as Jack being there as well. Jack, fastest sector 2, or fastest sector 1, apologize. So the front 2 are on pad. I'm pretty sure V2 is on pad as well, but I'm not too sure. Yeah, I think he's on pad. He might be on wheel. He might. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, he's on wheel. Yeah, he's on wheel. But yeah, I'm just making sure because I want to, of course, because this is a pad track, I would say, compared to the other racetracks. This track is really dominant on the pad. And the fact Jack is staying with Boker, DRS is helping that, but the fact he's staying with Boker has to give him some confidence right now about, hey, I can contend with him. And Axe, 5 seconds. Fastest lap for Jack, there you go. And now into turn 1, getting on Boker to the outside. Not enough. Switching back,
Let's
though.
switch back.
What he needs.
That's DRS as well. But that's good defending by Boker.
Not enough. Atlantis and Ricochet stay close for P4. If anything happens to that top 3, Atlantis and Ricochet, they could challenge. Felipe also in those mediums, who pitted, who's trying to come through the field. He could come through. The mediums for Kumarin and Axe as well. They pitted. They were on the hards, I'm pretty sure. So this might work out for them. V2 with a little lockup in turn 10. And Kumarin is lagged out,
what's
actually.
happening to the camera?
It's gone off.
That's unusual. His AI, he leaves and then his car just goes straight off the track. Unusual.
Two tenths separated them. Now 4 tenths, but Jack on entry of the corner seems like he can get close to Boker, but Boker just gets the exits way better. It changes a lot and blows my mind how the exits of the corner changes for them. Now into turn 1, he's a lot closer, 2 tenths that gap. This is what Jack needs to overtake him. Now, where does he go? Inside, outside, Boker predicting inside, Jack goes outside. Now into turn 1, he's a lot closer, around the outside. Boker protects, pushes him off a little bit. But Boker keeps the race lead. Atlantis by Ricochet. Boker, great defending by him, but V2 is there as well. I wouldn't think any team owners at Mercedes right now, because they have a championship on the line that they need to sacrifice, and they have a race win on the line between V2, Jack, and Boker that they need to help themselves win. The two Mercedes could work together if they really need to. Great finales, by the way, every tier so far. We've had action-filled finales. Wow. Lost a little bit of time, Jack did, to Boker right there. 7/10 the gap. Too close to Jack as well. Now Felipe's gained on these guys. So does Felipe. If there's a late race safety car, does he challenge him toward the front on those mediums, the better compound? Does the front of the field pit for softs if they want to try that as well? Mr. Boker, fastest lap right there. He really pushed on that lap. You could tell the difference. Now the ERS stays very equal, but V2 again. Very low ERS for him. That's not what he needs.
Ricochet.
Ricochet. Yep, there you
Ricochet.
go. I was just going to say it.
Atlantis has DRS again.
Into turn 4. Not enough. D to the game. 5 seconds for speeding in the pit lane. You know who else is close again? Davis is Squid into turn 4. Davis gaining on Squid and down the inside. Davis might have a DRS failure, I'm pretty sure. I didn't see DRS enabled right there. Unless he was just braking early, I don't know. I usually have that happen.
Maybe Squid was was behind him going into the final corner.
Must have been stuck closed though, because it showed DRS though. 4/10 separate Jack and Boker again. Staying close as that race lead. 10 lap hards for them. V2 on the 1 lap fresher tires. Felipe still had to get by these guys. Axe is by Such. Such goes by again. A little bit of contact as Axe does have damage. Keep that in mind. So he's going to really struggle up the hill here. 2:10 separate Atlantis and Felipe. Felipe is trying to gain on them and pass Ricochet as well. 5:10 separate Boker and Jack, the race lead, as we come to 6-7 laps to go this time. Not enough into turn 1. But Felipe is close to Atlantis, making an overtake. Due to the game, picking up a penalty. Now Felipe down the inside of Atlantis. A little bit of contact. Wheel banging. Felipe goes through, is ahead. And he does have DRS. Atlantis, I don't think, does. No, he does. Ricochet just doesn't. And Atlantis still challenging. Felipe goes ahead and stays ahead. Kumarona hitting as well. Wow. I don't know what to say so far. Interesting battle throughout the field for that 4th spot. The lead. It's been back and forth. Boker keeping that lead. 5/10 is the gap. Heading to 6 laps to go this time, Raptor. What do they need to do to win the race if Jack and V2 want to win it? They got the Constructors' Championship right now, but what do they need to do?
I'd just get past Boker before the braking zone, because we know Boker's very good in brakes and the traction. So they'll have to get him. They'll have to be right up behind them before the braking zone to get the move done. That's
there he goes, trying it, not enough. He tried it, but he couldn't send it.
Axe picks.
Felipe close to Ricochet. He wants to get by here. Ricochet is losing time to that front pack. Not enough. Tenths between the race lead. Again into turn 10, keeping it close. turn 10 again. Yeah, you see Boker's more toward that curb than Jack is. Up the hill. 11 lap mediums for Felipe. They should be able to make it to the end. It's going to be a big question if they wear out as much. But we'll have to find out. 3/10 of that gap heading to the final 2 corners. Now to the front straight. He's much closer. 4/10 of that gap. DRS enabled. And Boker has more ERS, but Jack is using more of it. Now into turn 1. Is he close enough to make the move to the outside? He goes. Trying the switchback. It might work this time. No, it won't. He's going to have to hope for the best run into turn 4. Now penalties, Raptor. Check some penalties here, because this could change things.
Boker has 2 warnings, so Jack has 2 warnings, like 3 warnings, but I think 2 of them in the first lap.
Maybe.
I think
Yeah,
they might
check
be
that.
more V2 X combat, 2 warnings.
No penalties
check,
from that.
Jack
got a warning for collision. Jack also got a collision warning, so he only has really 1 warning. So he can afford another warning at this point. Boker's really defending for his life at this point. Jack could win his 2nd race of the season. Boker could win his 3rd. Boker, it would be the most wins this season, really, if he won. You know, he's tied with 3-4 other people, really, for that 2 wins. That's kind of the way it is with him. He has 2 wins.
the first back-to-back winner. First
since
back-to-back
Blaze
winner for a
Exposure.
while.
At least in Tier 1, that is. But, I mean, there's been people who've done that in Tier 2. I believe Hamilton did 2 in a row. Pluto did 2 in a row as well. So, yeah, that's the way it goes.
Now Jack will have a good run.
4 laps to go this time. He's maybe a little bit closer than last time. He's heading into turn 1 around the outside, but he switches to the inside. Not enough.
He made that.
Boker runs wide.
Into a mistake.
He's around the outside still. Jack is there, so is V2. Heading for the race lead into turn 4. Jack around the outside on Boker. He's still there. Boker defending. V2 tries down the inside.
Oh, that was close.
I won't be talking to as many people as I talked to in Tier 3 and Tier 2 as well. I talked to a lot of people Tier 3 and Tier 2 for the finale, of course. And I'm probably going to be talking to some guys who had way good seasons for sure, like Axe and Atlantis for sure. Guys like that. I won't be talking to as many guys outside the podium as I have been, because I got to do things after this, of course. But yeah, like I said, I won't be commentating the mini season that GSR has, but I will be commentating obviously the Partner League ARL, of course, tomorrow. So obviously expect me to be over there. If you don't see me over here for the next season, if you don't see me commentating here, you know, who knows. Yeah, Boker's really trying to get him out of the slipstream. I would say he's closer this time than he was the previous lap. We're going to see out of the final corner, though. Mini-Mac is a penalty. Yeah, Jack is farther behind this time, but he's got to be in the slipstream. Boker is using a lot of the ERS, so is Jack. Jack not as much this time. 3 laps to go. Jack has got to send it. I'm telling you, Jack can afford another warning. I don't know if he has the, you know, he has the warnings for collisions, but Jack only has, 3 warnings. There you go. But 1 warning for the exceeding track limits. 2 of them for collisions. What a race this has been so far. Jack and Boker putting on a hell of a show for the finale of the season. Yellow flags.
Yellow flags.
That is a Williams off. That's seat of the game out.
Vita.
Might bring out a VSC. And no, he's just manually retired. So probably not. The race lead 5/10 down this back straight away. Five tenths again. Coming to 2 laps to go this time. Who's really in the better position as Ricochet gets by Felipe? They trade positions again. Who's in the better position, Raptor? Jack, V2, or Boker?
I think Jack is, because Boker will be under pressure in the final lap or two and might get the final warning and get the penalty and lose this race. We'll just have to wait and see.
7/10 this time, not enough. Not close this time, of course. 6/10, close to 5/10. Yeah, he's not close enough, for sure. Into turn 1. V2, a little bit of a slide right there. He's losing time for sure. Felipe down the inside of Ricochet for P4. Side by side. Ricochet really pinching him, but Felipe goes through. Now V2 is out of DRS. Oh, Ricochet, Felipe, back and forth at it. Switching back. 7/10 between the race lead. Is Jack's tires done? Boker, is he just pulling away now? What's going on here?
Oh,
find out.
I was going to say they're using more ERS, but they're using about the same amount of ERS. Nearly even.
They are even, and any penalty by Boker or them could change things. Yellow flag
Yellow
somewhere.
Flag.
That's Squid Jr.
I think that's, yeah.
Now, I think Jack's at a DRS right now. 1 second the gap is. Tied at 1 second, even at 1 second. He's out of DRS. This is not what he needs. He's not within DRS by the final corner.
Looks like Boker's won this.
Well, don't jinx it. You don't know about penalties. We saw F1 driver went out on track at Britain, but it was Houndu who won it off of penalties. We don't know. You know, you never know. Boker could pick up a penalty.
Yeah.
D to the game, lose the session. 14 drivers left in this race. Only 4 DNFs in the finale so far. Felipe gaining on Ricochet for P4. The one spot he might need to take it on those mediums. The very old mediums. He's trying it. Switching back. Atlantis is there to challenge. Ricochet sideways. He almost spins him as well. Atlantis is there to challenge. There's Atlantis 3 wide. Around the outside. Contact. Oh my, and Atlantis around the outside. Ricochet just got squeezed. Atlantis goes through, double overtake.
What a move.
Felipe down the inside again. Atlantis goes through. There's Rumbling Fungus. Contact. Ricochet. 4th to 7th. And here comes Atlantis in turn 10. Down the inside. He goes through. What a move. Oh my God. That was great. Here comes Felipe back at it again for P4 around the outside. Goes by Atlantis. Rumbling Fungus is there as well. Heading to the final corners, Felipe clips the curb sideways. Atlantis is there. Mr. Boker. Rumbling Fungus hits him. Mr. Boker wins 2 in a row. The first to do it since Blaze Exposure. And the championship for the constructors goes to Mercedes. Atlantis final corner. Ricochet right there with Rumbling Fungus. Atlantis charging through with DRS. Here it comes to the line. Not enough. Felipe gets P3. Atlantis down to P7. Davis scores points as well. What battle that was. That was great.
Oh, Davis and P.
Penalties, yeah, there you go. Striker and Squid as well, close for P11.
What a race.
Striker goes ahead. That was a good race. Wow. That was a great race. I gotta say, you guys put on a show. Oh my God. That was awesome.
Wow.
Wow, you guys, great. Great show. How about that? For the finale of the season. Jack joins us. Boker's yet to join us. I'll send another invite to them. Wow.
Crazy. And
It really was.
championship.
For the constructors, there you go.
Race.
That was, I could tell. as well. I'll talk to some people about just in general about how it went for them. Landis has joined us. A P7 finish, but P5 on track for him. Jack has joined us as well. I don't think Boker's going to join us. I don't know if he has. I don't know how much he's probably happy about that one. How he held Jack off right there. Had to do everything right there. That was probably one of the more impressive wins by Boker this season. Spain, it was just domination. USA was great race from him, but I think this one was purely very well by Boker. Very good drive. What a way to finish off the finale. What a way. Wow. Wow, you guys. I'll have to talk to you guys in just a second. But Jack, the battle with Boker, tell me about it. You had chances to pass him. Maybe wasted opportunities, but, you know, you always challenge. Boker with his defending was absolutely insane. Tell me about it.
Yeah, obviously Boker's a very good defender, and he showed that in that race. I kept attacking, and then I just felt back in the last 2 laps, and yeah, that was a really fun race from everyone's perspective, really. So yeah.
How about that? You guys gave the viewers a good yeah, how about that? You guys gave the viewers a good show for the finale.
Yeah, I'd say it's probably one of the best races we've had this season, and obviously coming to the finale, it's special. So we've ended up with a high with the Constructors' Championship and 2 and 3 in this race, and hopefully carry that on to the next season.
Tell me about the battle though with Boker. Back and forth in the championship as well.
Yeah, I just, as soon as I saw the safety car come out, I was like, yes, but no, because V2 was catching me a lot, and he nearly got past me in the safety car, period, because he stayed out 1 extra lap, and it was just, I just kept attacking him and just staying in the slipstream, staying in like a second and stuff, and then yeah, it's a very good battle with Boker. Very good drive by both of us, and very good respect, keeping it on the track and defending well. Congrats to Boker.
Does this give you confidence to challenge Boker more often? And would you say that's your best battle this season?
I'd say it would be my best battle of the season, and yes, I could. In the future, after that, I could easily challenge Boker at some races. Not much, because Boker's just an insane driver. He's got a load of skill, and with AR, like Alpha League and LDRL and GSR, he's just quick in every single one. So yeah, at least I can. Yeah, that was a good race. That good battle with Boker. And
sorry, I keep cutting you off. Still, seriously though, you fix that a ton. That's probably my worst problem with commentary with interviews, cutting people off, and just in general. But so does this give you confidence in next season in F1 2020? Because you both are in pad. I don't know if you're switching to wheel or what's going on, or because I know Boker's gonna switch to wheel. How do you feel about F1 2020?
It's gonna be interesting. Like I'll be staying on pad because I can put my wheel nowhere because I ain't got any space, and I've
Right.
got pace on my pad, so I just don't want to lose that pace.
Right.
So with Boker switching to wheel,
That's what I think he's doing. I'm pretty sure. I don't know.
yeah, he'll be very. When he gets into that and he practices a lot with his wheel, he'll be probably better than he is now. When he practices a lot, and probably better when he's on wheel than pad. and with the medium traction control being like, oh, what's the word? Like, I don't know. It's been the medium traction control is not going to be as powerful in 2020, and that might come as a advantage, disadvantage, but yeah, F1 2020 is going to be fun, and with a new season starting, that I can compete for the championship then, not coming in halfway through like this season.
You came into this league and won Monaco, crown jewel race. So tell me about that, coming into Monaco and how you've kind of progressed with Mercedes this season, coming through there.
Well, obviously V2 is a good driver, and he's shown it in the championship as he has come, I don't know, high up in the standings at least, like P2 or 3. So it's been well racing with him, and starting my journey off at Monaco with a race win, and probably could have been one in Azerbaijan, but I disconnected. It's been a good starter, and I've ended it off with a high. So that was a really fun race, and yeah, probably one of the best races of my career, I'd say, from the perspective.
Now, with all that being said, what do you think it'll happen for just ARL tomorrow, Italy? Because you race Boker over there, you can challenge him at Italy, and I mean, just in general, challenging Boker and challenging the front of the field and improving your pace. What does that all take?
Well, I reckon I can improve. Like I've improved a lot these last few weeks with results in like LDRL, ARL, GSR, and just in general, just getting a little bit quicker and competing with the front guys like Boca, Resound, Rapper Lucas, Polar God. There's many more which I can say. It's probably an outstanding league with a lot of fast drivers. I reckon Italy is going to be a track which is going to be a penalty track. Like, if you keep it clean with the warnings, you can easily gain a load of positions because it's very hard. It's like DRS trains like Britain, and it's very hard to get away.
Yeah, it kind of was the way it was today as well. You could think
Yeah.
about it like that.
There's a lot of chaos in the first corner and the second corner. Like me and Boca went from like 4th and 6th to 1st and 2nd. I don't know how.
Yeah, I noticed that.
But
I noticed.
Yeah, it's just all around good, to be fair.
Congratulations on your. I almost called you the winner. Congratulations on P2.
I wish
I could call you the winner. I know. Yeah, I wish I could call you the winner. Cool. But yeah, regardless, congratulations on P2. Lannis, I'm here with you. We talk about your season and just in general with GSR. You've had some podiums here. It's like 2 podiums this season. You ended off the season like that.
Yes,
Not
sir.
bad. Hey, what'd you say?
Yeah, the 2 podiums this season. Obviously, I reckon in this league I've had just a bit more luck than I usually would in other leagues. Obviously, the competition in GSR isn't as hard as it usually is in Alpha, but there's still some good competition, for sure. And having like the battles today, like Bahrain is one of my best tracks as seen today on the stream. I can catch them guys like Felipe, Ricochet. I'm up there with them lot, and it's sad when like my fastest tracks once we do my fastest tracks on the calendar, you know, I'm usually left to stick to a midfield driver, which is quite unfortunate because it is so hard to go from actually being up there to then being a midfield driver and, you know, just not having that pace like I would say in Alpha, for example. Like for some tracks I'm up there, then others I'm nowhere near the front.
Yeah. Best battle this season because you got a second place at Spain. You had a battle with Ricochet there. Had a battle today as well. Didn't get a podium, but you got a good finish, and you also got a good finish last week as well.
Yes. In USA, yeah. P3. Me and Ricochet have we have a rivalry we've had since the beginning of when me and him first league race. Obviously, when he was named King Homer, and yeah, I've had a rivalry with him for some time, a long time in fact, and you know nothing's really changed between us. We're both still very close on the track, and like we're still actually quite good friends. It's just sometimes I think our emotions get the better of us when racing, especially when you know on the last lap, especially now with like Rumbly Fungus call up to me and all of us so quickly. We weren't expecting that, and obviously Ricochet lost the back end going into turn 3, and I think Felipe knocked off a bit of his front wing, which is unfortunate. So that last lap battle could have been even better if Ricochet didn't have that little bit of a back end slip. But no, it was a very good race. I enjoyed myself, especially to end the season. Obviously, I've had some podiums here and there, but you know, P5 finishing the line, P7 after the penalty, but hopefully that will get removed because it was a little love tap under the safety car, which is unfortunate. Yeah, I've enjoyed my season in GSR, especially more than other leagues, that's for sure.
Yeah. Now, there's a lot you could say when it comes to the races you've had and the luck you've had sometimes, the way you've kind of progressed. F1 2020 around the corner here, mini season around the corner. I don't know if you're doing the mini season, but what do you expect for F1 2020 for GSR and just yourself in league racing?
Well, I'm going to start with GSR. GSR obviously it's gotten to be a very, very big league with the PS4 tiers and, you know, Xbox, the free tiers and that. And I reckon it's just going to keep expanding, which is even better for the league. I reckon the calendar which has been released already, you know, it's not the best, but it's not the worst. I've definitely seen worse calendars. It looks great that, you know, we can do the 2 new tracks. Yeah, I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to GSR next season. And me personally, obviously, I've never really slowed or got any faster throughout the F1 games. I think my pace has just always been the same. I don't think I've ever got, you know, quicker, slower, faster. I think I've always just been that average driver that every tier 1 in the league needs to just fill up the midfield, or even sometimes the top 5 depending on the circuit. But obviously, yeah, I'm looking forward to F1 2020. I don't know what my pace is going to be like with now the new ERS system. Obviously, I won't have to worry about that as much. So hopefully, I'll be focusing on how I'm driving instead of changing my ERS and left, right, and centre. But yeah, hopefully my performances can improve. And obviously, in leagues like Alpha, I still yet to get a podium. So hopefully, in the next game, I will definitely improve my pace and be up there with the fast guys, which at the moment I'm not.
Yeah. There's a lot that could change. It's a brand new game. It's a brand new kind of thing, you know, with the way it goes. ERS, like you mentioned. So, what was I gonna ask? Oh yeah. So, since Vietnam and Sandboard are confirmed in the schedule, what do you think about those 2 tracks? And kind of give a description on those 2 tracks as well for F1 2020.
So Vietnam is obviously it's a long straight, and I love straights. As you can tell, I usually run quite low wings compared to other people. So I'm usually quite fast on the straights. So I'm looking forward to that. And obviously Zandvoort is, you know, the corners. It looks so smooth. Just how the car will ride around that track. Also, you have the long banker, like the long right hand banker, the long left hand banker. It looks great. Obviously, there's gonna be a few corners of people gonna make stupid dive bombs, but that's just league racing at the end of the day. You know, so I am looking forward to it. Both of the tracks, racing them. My favorite one will probably be Vietnam because I'm like that. Vietnam will be exactly like Bahrain, more straights than it is corners, and like that's how I'm quite quick. I'm usually quicker at the tracks if there's less corners. For example, like Bahrain, because Bahrain is one of my best tracks, along with Germany and others. So, yeah, the going is GSR 2020 tier 1 next season. I reckon it'll be quite fun racing in 2 circuits.
Where do you see yourself compared to the other competition in Tier 1 next season?
So obviously
You are
Boca
Tier 1.
is
You are Tier 1.
well. I reckon, not trying to brag, but I reckon I will be in tier 1 as this season I put in very dominant performances, and like I said, my pace doesn't really drop or get any better. I'm just always that average driver, who's just always filling up the midfield, or occasionally who can fight at the top, which obviously is good. I do enjoy fighting at the top, but yeah, I'd definitely like to try and improve next game. Maybe turn off an assist or two, depending on how hard it could be to learn them assists. But yeah, I'm looking very forward to it. It's going to be fun. Obviously, compared to the likes of Boca, V2. Obviously, I've known V2 for a very long time as well. So V2's like me. He doesn't really get any quicker. He's just always that same pace. He's fast, but he doesn't really show it like he should. And I reckon if V2 practiced just a bit more, he could do so much better than what he's doing now, and definitely can win the races. And then you have people like Axe, who's obviously just averagely fast. Like Axe is just good in general. He's a bit better than me. Actually, he's a lot better than me to say. But yeah, there's usually a lot of competition when it comes to it. And obviously, I'm hoping to get a few top 5s, the few positions to fill up with the top 10, top 5s. But yeah, the competition in GSR Tier 1 always has been very close.
At the start of the season, you had me as a teammate when I was racing in Tier 1. So I gotta ask then. So if there was anyone you want as a teammate in GSR, you currently don't have, but who you currently don't have as a teammate, who would it be?
So obviously there is a lot of drivers I would name. I could name obviously Boca. I could name people like Axe, but honestly, I reckon me and Ricochet, or even V2. I reckon we get along very well. Obviously, I've known them for a very long time compared to other drivers. Obviously, I've only known Boca for like a few months, few weeks, whereas Ricochet and V2 I've known for about 3 years. So, obviously our experiences and stuff, we've gone a long way from where we did back in NAR, back when we all first started league racing. But yeah, I reckon them two would definitely be my preferred teammates for sure.
Now, I gotta ask you something about yourself and Ricochet if you two were teammates. This is probably my final question, actually. I probably keep going on if I do, but the thing is, with you and Ricochet, you two are pretty even at pace. You two are pretty close. Just a quick question. Who would you consider a number 1 or number 2 driver? Who would you consider that between you two?
Oh, for sure, Ricochet. I'm not. And there's 1 or 2 certain tracks where I can be absolutely amazing. Like for example, Bahrain. I'm so good at that track compared to what I am at tracks like Britain, at tracks like Italy. I'm not the best around Italy usually because I'm such a slow driver compared to the other guys in Tier 1. It's harder for me to pick up penalties. So that's how I usually gain my positions in many league races. But yeah, definitely Ricochet would be driver 1.
Yeah. Well, I don't have any questions. Raptor, do you?
No,
Answer.
congratulations on the season we've had and the 2 podiums.
Yes, sir. Better than many other leagues have been in, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. We can say that. I don't really have much to say besides that race, Raptor. Hey, Raptor. That was interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. Great battle at the front. Great battle all around.
A lot went on that I wouldn't have happened if it weren't for that safety guard. That safety guard changed things.
Yeah.
So definitely in the mini season, we can see a lot of things go on. We can see maybe come back as a commentator for that race. We could see a lot of things go on. We don't know. I mean, I'm not planning on commentating the mini season that GSR have. That is before F1 2020. I don't plan to commentate there, so I don't know. I mean, you don't know. You could see.
I don't plan to drive, to be fair. I think after a lot of my leagues are finished, I don't think I'll be coming back to this F1 game. This F1 game has for sure been one of the worst I think it's ever been released. So the bugs, the glitches, just all a lot, like the racing as well. It's just all the stuff you have to control and look at. It's nowhere near as realistic as people think, which is quite annoying in retrospect because like F1 2020 is going to be such a big improvement, and you know it's going to make league racing so much more fun.
Yeah, and I agree with that for sure. F1 2020 could be a brand new change for everyone. We don't know. I'm not sure. But regardless, a lot has happened through GSR. A lot has changed throughout the seasons. We're heading into season 4 next season. Can't believe we're saying that. Season 4. The different champions we've had. Bama, William, Axe, Pluto, Nosman. You know, I thought back in December, January, when it wasn't GSR Bianchi kind of owning this league, I thought this was not gonna last. This was not gonna be the way it is. I'm glad it has, because I've been able to commentate here. I've been able to race here. I've been able to have fun here. I've been able to have the fun I have. I've been able to, you know, kind of help out with this league with Axe, with Quinn, you know, with all them Bianchi. So, it's been back and forth kind of with the way it's gone. And there's a few things I want to say. If it weren't for Bianchi and Axe, I wouldn't be here, because I wouldn't even be in this league if it weren't for April 2019 Russia, where stuff happened. I'll just say that. And I probably shouldn't even be in this league right now. I probably shouldn't. But I gotta allow and thank them, because they gave me the opportunity to come back, to stay here, to be admin, all that stuff. They gave me the opportunity. I didn't think I was gonna have it. So now I'm sitting here commentating GSR, probably ending that legacy for this season. You know, race in season 1, banned in season 1. I mean, I can say that, but no. Either way, in season 2, raced and commentated. You know, I mean, it was crazy.
I mean, obviously at the start of the season, me and you said we won. Obviously, I said I was going to quit because I wasn't enjoying it, and then it's gotten to the end of GSR. Obviously, then you then quit and went to commentating because obviously you didn't have a good teammate, like you didn't have me as your teammate. So you then went to commentate, and then I realised that, you know what, for a bit of fun, I'll come back for one race. Can't remember what race that was, but I said I'd come back for one race just for the fun, and obviously now I've stuck to the end of it, which I'm very pleased to have, because I've gained a lot of insight on how my driving is and how quick I actually am, which is 10 times better from what I was like a few months ago.
You know, and I don't really think like it matters too much about if you enjoy the league as much. I think it matters if you enjoy it to the point where you enjoy it to help yourself. You enjoy it to see what you're doing wrong. I could sit here and say, oh, ARL, because it's my league, it's my main league. You know, I could sit here and say that. I could drive in there if I want to. But if I drive in GSR, I could do it as practice for there, or I could sit here and learn about myself, about, hey, this is what I'm doing wrong in this game. I'm doing this league for fun. I'm doing this league because I enjoy it as well, but I could do it just because of that. You know, that's just the way it is. But, you know, that's just, I could sit here and say, this is my main league or whatever, and I could sit here in GSR and say, hey, this is what I'm doing. I'm learning what I'm doing wrong over there. And it's good, in a way. That's the same way with commentating as well. You know, that's just the way it is, but I guess you have to end it off the right way. Yeah, that's about it though for me. I don't really have much to say. You guys have anything to say about today?
No, just it's a good way to end the season. We had some great races. Bahrain's a very good track to end the season on. It's different, but it did turn out to be a very good, very good track to end it on.
Yes, agreed. Probably the best finale we've had, I'd say.
Yeah, I agree. Probably one of the best finales indeed.
So yeah, I don't really have much of myself. I will say this probably could be my last English. This probably could be my last time commentating on GSR. At least planned time. I don't know. I could be racing next season. I could be not. I don't know. It all depends. I mean, F1 2020 is going to change things. We'll have to find out in the off-season, but it's all going to change, guys. It's all going to change. Trust me. A lot's going to change next game. And F1 2020 and Season 4 will probably be one of the biggest seasons in GSR yet, and probably one of the most chaotic ones for sure. Keep that in mind. So you just never know what could happen. It will go down as history in Season 4. That's all I got to say. Going on. So my last probably planned race for commentary. Don't know. Everything could change. I could come back. I could stay. Don't know. It's all what people want me doing. It's all what I want myself doing. It's all if I can make that time. You know, the times change next season. Everything changes next season. It's all gonna be different. Tune in for the mini season. Starting next week, I'm pretty sure. Also, the Hall of Fame voting. If you've not done that for GSR, do that. That ends tonight. As well as F1 2020. Join us on July 31st. That's when the F1 2020 season starts. Well, I'm glad everyone's had a lot of fun this season. I have too. I'm glad I could say I commentated this league. No matter what, if I'm ending it now or if I'm keeping it, I'm happy to say I have. So either way, I hope everyone has a great night. I hope everyone tunes in next season. I hope everyone has a fun time in F1 2020. We'll see you guys next season. Thank you guys for enjoying the ride of this.